Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out. It is 7:38. This is our January 23rd meeting. We are called to order. Please rise with me and pledge the flag. Thank you. Angela, roll call, please.
Laura Hauk.
Here.
Kyle Schenk. Amy High.
Here.
Megan Nolan.
Here.
Diane Gundrum.
Here.
Tony Heil.
Here.
Sabah Al-Zayed.
Here, and just wanted to note for the record that Kyle let us know that he would not be here today for a family matter.
Madam President, I'd note for the record that we were in executive session from approximately 7 o'clock to approximately 7:35 regarding personnel matters.
All right, good evening, everybody. First up for council consideration, approval of the January 2nd, 2024 reorganization meeting minutes.
I'll make the motion.
A second.
We have the motions. Do you have any comments from the public or council? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, very good, thank you. Next up for council consideration, an award presentation for the Bridgeport Annual Neighborhood Holiday Lights winners for this past year of 2023. And with that, I will turn it over to Chief Beretta.
Good evening, Bridgeport. So, although the holiday has been left behind, it left its leavings of snow. So we haven't cleared. It still feels like it's holiday with the snow. As we do each year, our Bridgeport residences were under scrutiny of our patrol officers. And over those days surrounding Christmas, winners for each ward for festive decorations were noted. We have one of the ward winners here. There were 3 winners. So for ward number 1, the winner for ward number 1 is 114 West 6th Street. The owner is Eileen Daly with her son Thomas. There were a couple honorable mentions on 111 West 5th, 130 West 9th, and 124 West 9th Street. But Thomas had to go to college, and so I met with him last week during the snowstorm and took a picture with him. I thought Mom was supposed to make it tonight, but we want to thank the Ward 1 winner, Eileen and Thomas Daly, for their festive decorations. That brings us, well, we'll go to Ward number 3 because we have Ward number 2 here. Ward number 3's winner was 113 East 4th Street. The owner is Jose Trinidad Rojas, with honorable mentions for 434 Depot Street, 431 Bush, and 5 East Rambo Street. Mr. Rojas did a wonderful job there on East 4th Street, and to include the overall winner for the festive lights, the holiday lighting for this past holiday. So we thank Mr. Rojas and family for their wonderful participation. But we have here today Mrs. Chrissy, I'm sorry, for her and Lou Trioli of 414 East Rambo Street. There were some honorable mentions of 449 Prospect and 5 East Rambo Street. But Mayor, here's the check and the certificate for our Ward 2 winner, Chrissy. Do you mind stepping up to the podium and?
He's watching a movie. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. He does a lot of hard work. It's a wonderful display. Yes, thank you. That's fine. Thank you.
Congratulations again. Just want to let you know if you don't want to stick around for the more boring stuff, you're welcome to leave, but you're also welcome to stay and hear the rest of the council meeting. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Tell Lou I said hi too. I will. I'm safe.
All right, thank you, Chief, thank you, Mayor, and congratulations again to all of the winners. Next up for council consideration, a curb cut request. Address and applicant is 521 Ford Street. Members of council, in your packets, you will find a memorandum from Building and Code official Steve Wanzik from January 18th. And it goes as follows, or a synopsis rather. Mr. Trinidad, the owner of 521 Ford Street, has requested a curb cut to the rear of his property. Upon review of the request and a site visit, Mr. Wanzik recommends approval. If approved, Mr. Trinidad agrees to apply for all applicable permits and comply with the borough's subdivision and land development ordinance. And that is essentially the cover letter of the packet of information that Mr. Trinidad provided. He has provided a set of plans. Again, this is an application to install a driveway to the rear of his property, the alley that services 521 Ford Street.
So this is for the alley, not on Ford. It was kind of hard for me to tell from the application because there's just so much to look at.
That's correct, Mr. Vice President Heil.
Well, I think that this will probably get cars off of Ford, and I see the work they're doing every day. It looks like they're working professionally and doing a good job. So with that in mind, I'll make the motion to approve the curb cut request.
I'll second.
We have the motions. Are there any comments from council or the public?
Briefly, just to follow up, Vice President Heil, yes, it would be coming off of Plum Alley.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Moving forward, for council consideration, approval of bills and salaries for the month of January 2024.
I'll make the motion. Second.
We have the motions. Are there any comments or questions from the public or from council? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, very good. Moving on to unfinished business. Are there any items of unfinished business that need to be discussed this evening? All right, very well. Seeing none, we may proceed to committee reports. Are there any committee reports to share this evening?
I'll just say that the Finance Committee and the Small Business Committee were not able to meet last week because of the snow. But I know that the Small Business Committee in particular is looking to award someone with a citizenship award, and we're very excited that will happen at the February meeting.
Thank you, Vice President Heil. That sparked a reminder for me. So the next meeting for both the Finance Committee and the Small Business and Economic Development Committee / Bridgeport Business Association should be February 19th, but that is when we observe President's Day. So it will be Tuesday, February 20th. 6:30 p.m. is the start time for the Finance Committee, and 7 o'clock p.m. is the start time for the Small Business Committee / Bridgeport Business Association. And I would just like to note for any local businesses that may be watching this recording sometime in the near future, Dr. Ray Abdallah, the leader of the Bridgeport Business Association, has coordinated with the real estate department of Lennar Builders, the builders of the River Point riverfront development, to have a representative from Lennar attend the next BBA/small business meeting in an effort to join the local businesses of Bridgeport up with the real estate wing of Lennar and see what kind of synergies and opportunities there might be to get some marketing materials in front of what is ultimately going to be 300 plus new residential housing units and exponentially more than that residents coming into town, figure out a way to keep those dollars inside of borough limits rather than spending them elsewhere. So again, any local businesses want to come out to the small business/business association meeting. It'll be Tuesday, February 20th at 7:00 p.m. All right, seeing no other committee reports, we can proceed to the mayor's report. Mayor Jaxier.
Thank you. I know I mentioned this at the last meeting, but we are still looking for volunteers for Founders Day. So if you're interested in getting involved for just one day, please reach out to me. The event is going to be taking place on Saturday, March 30th from 12 to 4 p.m. And I just wanted to thank everybody who helped ensure that our borough was safe during our snow days last week. This includes Public Works and residents who were helping to shovel early on and helping their neighbors with shoveling. We are stronger when we help one another through things like snow days. So thank you for making me and everyone else Bridgeport proud. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Moving on to the chief's report. Chief Beretta, not Chief Beretta.
I'll answer to anything, Keith. Good evening, Bridgeport. Bridgeport Police in Bridgeport is now going to be serviced by the MCORT, Montgomery County Overdose Response Team. We'll be working with these other additional medical professionals from the county. They will be automatically called out, and we will ensure that over police radio if we have an overdose so that they can come and do critical follow-up. We always try to get our people or folks that have an overdose to actually go with the ambulance to a medical treatment facility because Noxalone, what we carry and what we dispense legally, is only a short-term inhibitor. It does not solve the problem. So this is going to be part of that automatic follow-up. And if we can convince the people to go like they should to the hospital, we'll divert the MCORT to the hospital. But if not, they will follow up with the people at the location or residence. So it's a better program. We want to stop recidivism and all different things. This is a longer-term effect. So Maura Tumulty and Dr. Wang, I'd like to thank them. We met with them this past week. We had one of our smallest residents had her bike stolen from behind their fence, and thanks to Janeway, I got a hold of another bicycle, and we presented a bike to our small victim and surprised her this past week during a snowstorm. So you turn a negative thing into something positive. But the beautiful thing it is she told her mother, she said, maybe Mom, maybe that man needed that bicycle more than I did. So it's very sweet. I'm sure it wasn't true. There was another girl that didn't have a bike, was able to get another bike. The folks are always walking past the police department. I was able to get another bike out to Phoenix, another little girl, so that was great too. Wanted to say goodbye to Kaiser Terry, who was on the police department for over a year and a half to 2 years. He went on to another full-time police department, so I'm sure he'll be welcome with open arms to his next place. Want to again repeat to Dave Nash, PCO Dave Nash. I call it the indomitable Dave Nash. When we talk about Dave, he's a 20-year Bridgeport Borough employee specializing in IT's issues and has become the backbone of the police operations, from police dispatching, changing systems, or assisting with the equipment or equipping of the police department. He's a 64-year-old third-generation Bridgeport resident hailing from the 2nd Ward. Dave attended St. Augustine's Roman Catholic Church on Ford Street, as well as St. Augustine's Grade School and Bishop Kenrick High School, graduating in '77. Dave was a gymnast and ice hockey player. After high school, Nash went to the Philadelphia School of Graphic Arts. For those that don't know, Dave is a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo and has trained in this art form since 1977, passing along his knowledge to other residents at Pat Santillo's dojo inside of the Triple S Club in Bridgeport on Holstein Street. Dave's other passions were his early participation with Goodwill Fire Company and ambulance service at the age of 16 for approximately 10 years. If only we could have more folks that can step into those kind of shoes. Dave's a proud father of Samantha, who works as a secondary education and English teacher with the Philadelphia School. We wish Dave a happy belated birthday and a hearty congratulations on his 20th anniversary with the Borough of Bridgeport. We thank Dave Nash. He is at the heart of most good things that we do here. So thank you, Dave. I hope Dave watches this.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes. And then we had the Youth Aid panel. The weather hit us. The Youth Aid panel didn't go off, but we'll be having it next month. I want to welcome 2 more panel members, Lauren and Maria Latanzi. We'll have a mother-daughter combination. So Maria is a young business director, and Lauren is a middle-aged business owner. So maybe when some of the kids see success in different within the same family, young recent college graduates and business owners with energy, and all the rest of us, maybe we can have a greater impact on the kids that are making mistakes, and we're diverting some of this to a non-arrest status as long as it resonates with the kids. If it doesn't, then they will be charged. But we'll have hopefully a few cases for them next month. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chief. Moving on to new business. Are there any items of new business to discuss this evening? Very good. Seeing none, we can proceed to announcements. Are there any announcements that anybody at the dais would like to share this evening?
I would like to submit an announcement that comes from the president of the Bridgeport Upper Merion Little League. They are having an in-person registration on Saturday, January 27th at Bridgeport Memorial Park Fieldhouse from 10 a.m. to noon. Early registration has a discounted fee, and it will help make the kids eligible for their indoor spring training at EL1 Sports in Conchie in March. And Bridgeport Little League is a long-standing tradition in Bridgeport, and we would love to see that tradition continue. So if you know anyone that might be interested, pass the word along, and we hope that people show up on Saturday. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Council Member High, and some members of the community and members of council may have started to see the Bridgeport Little League registration signs start to pop up throughout town. The Little League has reached out to me to request permission, and the obligatory sign fee waiver request that they make every year. We'll have that on the agenda next meeting for consideration, but in the meantime, I gave them the verbal approval to proceed with getting their signage out there so they can get as many kids corralled and ready for ball come spring. Any other announcements? All right, seeing no further announcements, we can proceed to public comment. Are there any members of the public that wish to comment this evening? If so, please step forward to the podium.
I just wanted to ask, I did email you, Mr. Truman, about the weather from the snow, if that impacted the development near the river, or if things are improved since we had that meeting a few months ago with the flooding. Obviously, that was a worse event, but just the impact of snow, and you can just clarify and make sure we're all confident that it's moving along smoothly.
No, neither and just prior to the 2 snowstorms and the deep freeze we experienced last week, we had a couple of minor flooding events that ambushed, or I shouldn't say ambushed us, that assailed us in the weeks preceding that. A couple of, anywhere from 13 to 17 foot crestings of the river. To your question, in short, no. Vice President Heil, Lennar and PRDC, the builders and the contractors on site are moving forward like gangbusters down there. They are continuing to acquire properties from or acquire individual building lots from the developer. The 26 townhomes that have already been built, the first things that the first beginning of the development that started at 4th and 4th Street last May, those are completely built out, and use and occupancy permits, if they have not been issued on all 26, they will be in the very near future. And of those 26, 24 have already sold. So the housing demand is clearly there. I think that insofar as the rest of the houses that are being worked on, closer to the riverfront on the other side of the tracks, there are still some utility issues, making sure that all of those houses have electricity, gas, water, what have you, run to them. The developer and Lennar, the builder, ballpark that the entire site should have utilities run to it by the end of February. And I think that once you see that, you are going to start seeing some of the houses in the interior of the development start to sell as well. So no, things are moving on at a very good pace.
When can we expect residents to start moving in, like March?
There are, I believe, 2 houses that already have residents moved in.
Oh, wow, awesome.
And they're, like I said, Councilwoman Hyde, 24 of the 26 have sold. Some of that is verbal or they haven't gone to settlement yet. But we are fielding calls here at Borough Hall on a daily basis, asking how they register. I'm a new homeowner. How do I register for trash? How do I register, get a sewer account in place? And we are welcoming them to the borough and getting them squared away. So it's happening. It's happening right now.
Great, I look forward to meeting them.
And Chief, based on the bike issue, if at a National Night Out and other events, you have given away bikes to kids. I know my son won one a few years ago. If kids outgrow their bikes, can we donate them to the police department for those giveaways?
Could do something. I still intend to get another 10 or 12 bikes to be donated the next time. But yeah, we could see about doing that. It would kind of need to be a better idea. Maybe we could do this on an actual basis, so when the needs come, it doesn't have to be a big event. And if there is, maybe we could have a place where we can keep some of these things. And if people have it and people express a need, then we can help dole them out. It's great.
All right, very good. Well, seeing no public comment, council could entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. It's 8:02. Meeting adjourned.